Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Grinner Arcade, back playing some more Farming Simulator 19. Actually, no, this is not me. That's my wife, I guess, and my son. My son looks like a little punk. But anyway, smoking hot wife. And I guess these are my lady friends out back in my pool. Back doing some landscaping. Definitely need to do some landscaping back here. I'm going to bring my bubble down, and I'm going to bring that flattening tool. We didn't have any money to do this last time. So we're going to do it this time. We're going to bring this out. Get this nice and smooth. I do have to cut some trees back here. But we will get that later. I just want to get it out here a little bit. A little bit more than it is currently. Like I said, I'll come back and cut these trees. Basically, I think I can make this work. I think I can bring this on out this way. And make this flat back here. Oh yeah. Looks good. We can smooth that out later and make that work. Alright. Yeah, we can definitely merge this, smooth all this out, get some of these trees cut, smooth it up with the pond there. Make this look really good. But, like I said, we got to get the trees in here, and for right now, we want to make little Billy a backyard. So, give him a backyard that, you know, he can play baseball in, and, you know, hopefully he won't fall off the cliff back here until we get in here and cut these trees. Alright, just enough, you know, to where if we wanted, I guess, maybe to drive in here, too. So, let's see. That's cutting in there. Guess I could smooth this down. Go ahead and smooth that down. Whatever you do, you gotta love the smoothing tool because you can merge whatever land you have and make it work. So yeah, I think that'll work. For now, we gotta come and cut some trees, but this will work, I think, and then we can smooth that off the back if we want. All right, let's keep on flying around here. I've already been here, already done this. I got a spot over here in this field that I really want to take attention to. Couple spots probably, but we've got this big drainage like culvert thing down here, and I need to bury that, so we're gonna bring our tool in here, and it actually goes pretty deep, so let's see if I could elevate that over all of that. I think I can. Looks like it's gonna work. Bring that on up. Get it nice and smooth over it. You always, you know, gotta be careful around these roads. That looks pretty good, actually, right there. I think that'll work. Actually, I might could bring that up a little more there, but we'll leave that. We'll leave that as it is there. Go ahead and smooth some of this out too here, because I know it probably needs it. All right, looks good. Yeah, over here, got to work on this. This is where we had the cars, and I've got stumps out there, so need to probably bring the stump grinder in and do this part first. Why don't I wait on that? I'll go ahead and do some painting here. Get rid of these bushes. Alright, but yeah, you can totally bury the cars. What I'm going to do is get rid of these stumps, elevate this a little, and smooth it down. So yeah, if you're interested in grinding stumps out for me, yeah, I'm gonna have a bunch. I've still got, and I need to come back and cut those trees now too. So yeah. All right. Down here, gotta get rid of these stumps too. And I might still cut some trees. I do know I want to leave these woods. This wooded area here, I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna mess with it. It's got a lot of steep and sharp grades with fencing in it and stuff, and I'm just not going to mess with it. Don't want to cut down all the woods, so I think we can work on this here maybe. Go Do a little smoothing here. Oh, wait, I'm still on paint. Gotta make sure you switch back over to sculpting before that will work. Zoom in a little. Get this nice and smooth here. Need quite a bit of elevation right in here. Just to get it nice and smooth. And I know the big headers are probably not going to like this area too much. That's why I kind of hung on to the small hitters. I still have them. We'll just upgrade the combines when that time comes. I still have yet to do that. I cleaned up a lot of the equipment around the map, but it's a work in progress. Oh, and we actually got a fence down here, so we can't do too much with this down here. Bring it up a little. Just right out here in front of that. I'm going to leave that culvert, I guess. Still doesn't look quite right. It doesn't look smooth. Be nice to have like a little animation on the bubble, like when it's activated. Cause see, right now it's like I'm sitting here doing nothing, but you can look at our bank account up there and see the money falling. You know I'm not doing nothing. It'd be nice to have a little, like around the bubble there, maybe have like a little chasing light animation or something. You know, something to tell us, hey, you know, the tool is active. Stay back 500 feet, you know, or something like that. I don't know. Just something different, you know. Just a thought, just an idea. I'm not going to complain too much because, you know, they didn't have to give us this. But they did. It's great. It is so great. It's gravy great. I finally had some gravy, guys. Finally had some, it was white gravy with bacon in it. And I think it had little bits of sausage in it too. So I guess maybe like sawmill gravy a little bit. Oh, it was good. Had that and sausage and bacon and some eggs. Ooh, good stuff. I've been wanting gravy for a long time. Alright, that's probably as good as it's gonna get here. I could spend some time going up and down like this and raise that center part up a little more. But I think that looks pretty good. That number on the price is still changing as I'm doing it, so it's doing something. I think that'll work though. Alright, let's fly on down here. Now I've been doing some experimenting with flattening out here. What we need to do is get all the stumps out first, but I think we can get right in here where these bushes are and make, at least put our elevation where it needs to be. And what we want to do is put it over these bushes. Now these bushes sit higher than these over here, so you know you want to get it at least over them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my brush strength down. That's a good idea before I do this. So basically you could flatten all this, but you'd still have these out in the field, you know. What I want to do is build it up to kind of like a high peak. And you might be saying, why are you building Devil's Tower out in the middle of your field, Matt? Stop it, Matt. Stop it, Matt. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Now, we want to get it high enough to where we can run some smoothing over it. So basically we want to do flattening from there. That way you can guarantee that you'll get over all of those bushes and trees. And we may have to come back and do some more elevation because once we start smoothing, that'll go back down a little bit and some of it might still show up. Are there any stumps over here? I want to make sure that I get all the stumps out first before I do this. Because if you look at the elevation here, that's probably where we want our elevation over there. So I'm going to take this, and I'm not going to do a whole tonnage of it, you know, but I'm going to take this and kind of work it this way. I could smooth it back down, but that would make like a little valley here in between this hill, and we're going to take this hill down. So it would be nice. I wish we had like a elevation or an altimeter on here. We don't have that. That's one thing missing. It would be nice to have an elevation number like on the map, like the height and the stuff, because that would say, okay, this is at, let's just say 50 feet, and then you move the bubble down here, and this would say 10 feet. So that's kind of what we need with this tool. That way you can match up. If you worked on elevation like somewhere else and you wanted to match it up with this, you would know, okay, this needs to be at 15 feet and this needs to be at 15 feet. But I'm going to take this on across here, just to get kind of an idea of where I need to be at with this. I've got stumps. I've still got stumps everywhere over here. It's ridiculous. I am dead serious about having somebody come in here and do, like maybe just one weekend, like a Saturday and a Sunday maybe, come in and grind all these stumps out. I am dead serious about that. Give them like a $20 Steam card. So that's probably about where we need to be. Where's the railroad at? There it is. That looks pretty close. I mean, it might be a little higher maybe. Looks like the railroad might be I don't know, it could be at the same elevation. But we'll take this in and flatten that into that hill, and that will knock that hill down. Plus, it will make all this flat over here. I'm just wondering, should I go ahead and flatten all of this to this elevation? It's kind of what I did over there with that triangle. It would make it easier. I have to wait and get all the stumps out first, but it would make it easier because, and I need to get that plow going, he's just sitting there, because we have these trees as well that we got to cover up. And no, I'm not going to leave them. I'm going to cover them up. So I may just go ahead and do flattening over all of this area right here. And then at some point down back here, maybe, I don't know, kind of smooth it down. Because the problem is this area here. I was going to leave these trees with this drainage ditch. And I may still do that. Oh wow, there's our first stump grinder. I need to sell that. Still got equipment I need to clean up here. And I was going to leave maybe this fence. So that would make sense. I could flatten this up here to this elevation over here. Get all this at the same elevation, and then at some point come down with it. Smooth it down. Have like a little valley out here. It seems like a good plan. Seems like a good plan anyway. Then I got some smoothing to do out here with stuff. But first things first, we got to get the stumps out, so just kind of getting an idea of what I want. And you know, now that I'm looking at this does not look good. Let me that doesn't look appropriate. Let me make that look different. Basically, I'm trying to just get a feel of where this needs to be. Don't want to get too far over here because there are stumps down here still. And that's where the money comes in. I just spent about $1 million doing just this. All right. So yeah, I am tempted just to go ahead and cut all the trees along the riverbank over there and put a huge field line in over there and then smooth this together with that big plateau. I might do that eventually. But like I said, first things first, we got to get these stumps out of here. That is a thing. And this will, what I'd like to do is make it match the elevation with the train. So, honestly, I probably should start from there, don't you think? I wish I had elevation numbers. Well, I guess I could bring this over this way. There's no stumps this way, is there? Let me do that. Let me bring this way. We'll head back over towards the railroad over here. Make sure I get this nice and straight here. There's not any stumps out right in here. I can just bring this over for elevation purposes. And I can cut back into it if I need to. But the beauty of it is, even if it's too tall or too short, I can smooth it to match up with the tracks there. I've got my windrower down there. Probably need to get that out. But it looks like it's gonna be. This looks like it's gonna even out. So let me take it on up. It does. See, that's great. This evens out with this here. And we can smooth, once we match all this up, we can smooth that out. So that's actually pretty close. That's pretty close to the railroad elevation. It is not that far off. See, there's the railroad elevation. I may leave these fake ones up here by the railroad and make just, you know, small adjustments. And then, like I said, we can smooth all that out together. See how it merges together there? I may tweak it, I may bring it up a little more, but we can definitely make that work, make that match up here. Still got a lot of tree cutting to do. Need to get that rake out of there for sure. But I think that would work. So yeah, Benedict, you want to come grind some stumps out for me? Tuba, somebody? Anyone? Class, anyone? Anyone? Phil? Phil, I bet Phil could do it. I bet he would want a $20 Steam card. Filet from Canada. Want to come grind some stumps out, buddy? I'll give you a $20 Steam card, and we'll come up and eat some pancakes with some authentic Canadian maple syrup. Yeah, I've got a ton of stumps. Too many to deal with, so... Yeah, I'm not going to do any smoothing back here. I'm going to wait, because if I can elevate this, I'm going to. Because, I mean, it makes sense. We're about increasing productivity here, right? And making things more efficient. Well, this would make this valley more efficient. I really think it would. So, if I brought this over here, where do these stumps start? Tell you what, let me bring that this way too. That way, you know, I wouldn't even have to worry about plowing down here. I could just cancel that guy. Let me do that. Let me bring this way now. Make a snake through here. Oh crap! I think I went. Yeah, no. Maybe no snake. Let's just go straight. Quit derping. Quit derping, you're going to mess something up. There weren't any trees in between these fields, I don't think. Ooh. Turn around. Gotta elevate the land over the fake trees. But yeah, that's actually pretty close to that elevation over there, isn't it? It's not that far off. There's a little bit there, but... Ooh. There we go. We could totally bury that river. Because that looks, I mean, that's, for a while, that's looked a little, you know, weird. We could bring that elevation over, this elevation here. Actually, I'm looking at that. We might need to go higher with that. Might need to go higher with that. We could probably come down with that, honestly. But I've already got the bridge and stuff built over there, so... I say we just smooth it together if we do it. But I may need to bring this elevation up because I didn't think these trees sat higher than those over there, but it looks like they might, actually. They are really close. You know what? You can bring it over here and find out. Come on, thing. Work to where I can see. Yeah, that's really close. Yep, I still see a bit of it, so we're going to have to bring that up even more. How much more do we want to bring it up, though? Well, I would think that if that's where that's at, where's it at? There it is, right there. So I would say about like that. Should we just make it the same elevation as that and make this all flat out here? Should we go ballistic, guys? Should we do it? I wouldn't think too much more because we want to make it even with the railroad. Or, you know, not, you know, totally even with the railroad, but, you know. So I brought that up that much. Just to be on the safe side, we could just go ahead and elevate this to where the railroad's at, basically. Which would be right here. This is a little tall. Tell you what, let's do a little smoothing here. Turn this back up to 3. Because it needs some filling in there. At least where these fake trees start, right about there. Smooth that out. See, about like that, maybe. That makes sense to me. Whoa. Misfire. Wonder where that went. Somewhere down there. Just bring that down a little. Put a little slope on this, maybe. Bring that road down. About like that. See how that's nice and kind of almost flush with the railroad there? Maybe down a little from it. We got to remember to keep this road here, so you don't want to go down too much with it. I would say right there. That looks like a good elevation to go from. Let's do it. You spin me right around, baby, right around. So we're going to flatten, right? I want to make sure I do this right. Let me actually, you know what? Let me turn that thing back down. That could have been really bad. Turn that brush size back down. You could build Mount Everest in 2 seconds if you're not careful. So just go out this way with this. You got to think fourth dimensionally, guys. Dr. Emmett Brown said so. This is not going smooth. I need to get this like right up here. And see, the railroad tracks there at the same elevation. They don't change. They don't go up or down or, you know, anything like that. They stay, I think they stay at the same elevation. Pretty sure, anyway. Whoa. Whoop. Tell you what, we could head over that way and find out. I don't think there's any stumps over here, is there? Nope, there's no stumps over here. So let's take this over here and see if it's... It almost looks taller, doesn't it? I don't think the railroad changes it. Maybe it does. Alright, it may just be the angle that I'm looking at. You know, this thing is all kinds of wonky, so. See, it cuts into it there. No, that's about right. That's pretty flush with the railroad track there. Do a little smoothing here. Take out some of them bushes. Can't take out these tall ones. These tall ones I would say would probably have to stay, because I don't want to go over the railroad track. And actually these are kind of floating now, so I probably should build that back up. Just a little. And then do just some smoothing around them. Yeah. But yeah, this elevation right here, that will cut into that hill and pretty much get rid of it. Only problem is, and this is where I'm running into the issues right there, these bushes go up on these hills. So I may keep this hill elevated like this. May have to keep that elevated and then match this up over here and then smooth it out. So we'll have to keep some of this hill. Can't get rid of all of it. Bring that back up. Do some smoothing here. Yep. Work in progress. We'll call it a work in progress. Uh-oh. Houston, we got a problem. I just made a boo-boo. Here we go. Alright. It's like a bad haircut. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It's like a bad haircut. It can be fixed. It will grow back. So, yeah, that's going to be a work in progress. I'm going to have to elevate and smooth and elevate and smooth probably, just to make this look right. But we kind of got an idea of where we want to go with this. A standard, I guess you might say. So yeah. Turn this on around here. Whoop. Take this elevation out this way. Whoa, whoa. How did I do this last time to where it didn't do that? I have to keep my cursor up on this thing, don't I? Why is it still doing it? I'm up on the hill. Oh, is it because it's projecting? Maybe it's because it's projecting out in front of me. Let me do it like this. Am I crazy? Is this nuts? I don't think so. I think this would work great. I think it'll work great. We'll have a nice, flat, smooth field out here. Yeah, it's going to be elevated a little bit, but I'm going to smooth it off back down there. So there will be, I won't totally fill in the valley, but I can smooth it off back, probably right about where this line is, maybe back here. Start smoothing it there, bring it down and connect it with that back there. Because I want to keep a lot of that. I just want to do some smoothing back there. Makes sense to me. Take this on over this way, see where we're at. Oh, gosh, come on. It's going to be hard to do sideways, but maybe we can do it. You can do it. Nope, it wants to do that too. How did I do this last time? To where it wouldn't jump around like that. Did I have it closer to me like this? See, this seems okay. Oh, I know how I did it. I had that crosshair on there. Duh. That keeps it from doing it. It's wherever that white crosshair is that does it. See, that jumps down. Okay, I thought it was this. It's not that. It's this white crosshair. I'm not thinking fourth dimensionally, guys. That's my bad. So So yeah, this is where we brought it up a little bit more to cover those trees, and that's where we brought it up a little bit more. And that will cover all the way up to where the road comes in to this field. So this will definitely take care of that issue. But like I said, I need to come in and grind these stumps out. That's actually pretty close with that, guys. Look at that. Let's see if I can zoom in here where you can see it. That's actually really close with that elevation. So we may be putting a big field line in over here at some point in the future. It'll be separate for now, but I could see smoothing these together. This will have a little bit higher elevation, this one a little bit lower, but I think that would work out great. I think that would work out fantastic. And then like I said, come back here somewhere after I get all the stumps ground out, of course, and smooth that down to this elevation back here. I mean, that makes sense to me. Maybe do something like this number here. Something like this, like a slope like that. Only bringing it towards these trees over here. See how this one runs east to west? Come back over and do a slope all the way across this valley from north to south. That makes sense to me. So yeah, that is definitely going to be a project. And then keep all this, keep the fence. You know what, we could bury said fence. You know, I got these trees here too. Crap. Don't want to bury the fence. Bury the hatchet. Well, you want to keep, I don't know, I kind of want to keep this gate. So we may keep these trees along this fence line. They are along a fence line, so I mean, that does help. You know, you can run the smoothing tool through here. Let me turn that brush strength back up. You could run the smoothing tool through here and fill that ditch in, but, you know, keep the fence. It makes sense to me. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep these trees along this fence line. So, I think we got a plan. So we're going to elevate this, and you see, kind of like this. See how this road slopes down here? And we may keep this slope. Of course, I don't know, if we keep that slope, it'll be harder to... I could slope it maybe southeast to northwest. I could do that. And then just fill these areas in, you know, fill these culverts in. Run the smoothing tool over them. Just completely get rid of them. I like this better though. I like having this kind of flat through here. Or flatter, you know, instead of having this big chunk of a hill here. But anyway, this is gonna be a huge work in progress because I gotta get rid of these trees. Fortunately, I got a new brush chipper that will help with that, but I need somebody to come in and help with stumps, I think. So I'm gonna check around and see if anybody wants to come in, maybe for a $20 Steam card code or something like that. If you're into Steam. And the thing is, when I cut these trees from now on, I'm going to cut them low. Some of these I did cut low. Kind of like that right there. Or maybe like that. Cut them lower. These like this are too high. They're harder to go over. And basically, the setup for this is to put the brush chipper on the front and the grinder on the back. And that's how John started doing it. And I was like, you know what? That's genius. That is genius. Instead of just, you know, using the brush chipper and putting the auger wagon on the back of it, just increase the capacity of the brush chipper and just use the grinder on the back, and, you know, grind as you go. Now that sounds like that should be a song. Grind as you go. Grind as you go. Alright. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. This video is way long. It's almost a double episode now. So, yeah. That's the story here, guys. My gosh, there's a lot of stumps. Still working on landscaping. We're working on it. We're getting there. I think this will be a good idea. It'll definitely cover up those trees, and it'll be a nice size field out here. So it's a work in progress. We're definitely going to get this north field plowed up here. Let me just bring the map up. You know, we're field 40 and 90. I've got the guy plowing up there. It's ready to go, other than it just needs the standard plowing, and I'll probably plant that. Our cotton field, I know, is already planted. And yeah, so maybe next time you come in, the stumps will be gone. Maybe not. I'm gonna check with some guys and see. I've got a crew that might help me out there to come in and grind all these stumps out for Steam card. Might have to bargain with them. Might have to haggle. Might have to say, you know, all right, here's a Steam card to come in and help me do it. I'll give you another one if you finish, maybe, or something like that. I don't know. Or I'll just give you one when you finish, and you'll have to trust me. Trust me. No, I'm serious. I would definitely give them somebody a Steam card to come in and grind all these stumps out. I've been talking about that, and I may actually do it. So yeah. All right, guys, that's it. I'm gonna keep on working here. I think I've got a little bit more smoothing to do, maybe on the base of this up here. Definitely got to get up here and cut these trees out. I need to do that. Yeah, there's a little bit of smoothing down here on 86, but everything else is done, I think. I think that one's okay. Now I've just got my guy plowing somewhere up here. There he is. He's still rolling. He is still rolling. I wonder, am I still in him? Yeah, here we are. He is still going. This is a good worker here. I don't know. Who is this? Oop, crap. Who is this? Who is that? Is that Steve? Yeah, we'll say that's Steve. But anyway, gonna get these trees cut, get this field smoothed out. This is gonna be a nice size field here. Probably gonna plant soybeans in it. Just to start. I might do other stuff later, but soybeans it is for the big field. Alright guys, until the next time, remember you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Grin Arcade. We'll see y'all later.